Okay, welcome everybody. Marcus Schubert coming to you from the Gold Coast in Australia. This is going to be a first of a series of trainings that we call Top Gun Talent from people within the organization in the field who have some very specific skills that are helping them to get the best out of their experience with Punk Panda. Today is March the 16th if you're in the USA, March the 17th if you're here in Australia. And before we actually get into the training for today, we wanted to just let you know what this Top Gun Talent is about. We're going to be talking and hearing from people in the community to give us tips and training on how to get the best out of their involvement with Punk Panda. Today, we're going to be talking about how to invite people to the Panda app. Some people are having more success than others in doing that. Some people in the future might be talking about how to invite people to look at the project overall with the anticipation of purchasing the PPM tokens. Sometimes we'll have people coming on just talking about the attitude and the mindset for success. And these different attitudes and mindsets that are really required are things that you can not only take into other parts of your life, but they're really attitudes, successes, and skills that are required for success pretty much in any endeavor in life. We're also going to have people who come on and talk about how to utilize YouTube and social media to promote and grow your PandaPals and the success you can have with Punk Panda. Before we get into today's topic, we wanted to announce the grand prize winners for the MEM competition. We gave out 100 PPM for, I think, 10 or a dozen people who submitted ones that we really liked and we will use. But we wanted to then put it to a vote to the community who had what they felt was the best mem that had been created. So we had that one selected through a poll that we ran in the Facebook group. Sorry, not the Facebook group, in the Telegram group. But there was actually a couple others that were really great. So I decided to actually announce another couple of winners and give them 100 PPM as well. So the grand prize winner is the Dreaming of a Money Machine. It's already a reality on the left-hand side. So you can see the handle for the Telegram user there. 1,000 PPM is coming your way. So I believe we already have your PPM wallet address that will be sent to you later today. So congratulations. And we may actually take these mems and sort of recreate them in a little bit more professional way before we sort of post them out from the company side. We also decided there was quite a few votes. I mean, number one was a very clear winner, by the way, but these other two had a significant amount of votes as well. So this second one, 100 PPM will be coming your way, John Biz Walker. I like this concept, don't burn your opportunities for temporary comfort. And you can see this guy down here is feeling a bit cold, so he's made a fire out of the rungs of the ladder, which represent the PPM tokens. And that's kind of what's happening, unfortunately, for some people in the community now, that they're actually selling their PPM tokens every time they have a chance to withdraw. And, you know, they're selling them for a few cents or not a lot. Now, in the future, when the PPM tokens are worth $2, $5, $10 each, people will be sitting there going, damn, I've just burnt all of my assets. And that's the thing with assets. Once they're gone, they're gone. If you hold them, they have the ability to produce for you and grow over time. And then the last one here is a single move in the right direction can change your life. And I really love the concept of this. Of course, we've got the concept of the chessboard being the PPM token and making a move over to using a private secure messaging app, but one that also rewards you in tokens, which represents your share in the success of the company and knocking out maybe one of the competitor apps that you've been using in the past. So congratulations to you three. And without much further ado, I'm going to hand over to my CEO, Albert Muir, to introduce our guest speaker for today. Albert, over to you.
Thank you, Marcus. Ladies and gentlemen, this next speaker, not only is he a dear friend, but he has built up so much respect for me as a person and for the things that he has accomplished in the past and for what he's accomplished here. Mikhail started with us early on. He was almost there on day one. He has done all sorts of great things, but he has always had the most positive attitude anybody could possibly have. Even when I hear from him, he lifts my spirits. And he's always going, Albert, there'll never be a better time in Punk Panda. And he goes, I know this from past experience. He goes, when you're going through hiccups and stuff, there'll never be a time to earn more PPM than now because of these half-lives. And no matter what hurdle, what hiccup we've come across, he just keeps going forward and forward and forward. So when I was first introduced to him by a fellow friend, they told me, Albert, if Mikhail looks at this and he likes this, he will no doubt become your number one person, because every company he goes to, he evaluates it and says, if this will not hurt my people, if it will help my people. So he had my heart right then and there when he was telling me this, then this will be the deal for me. So in the past, in different companies where they had products, he built organizations that were over 100,000, 200,000, 250,000. When he had organizations that dealt with crypto, he was so impressive. Listen to this. So impressive. He earned so much Bitcoin. He probably earned more Bitcoin than all of us on this call will in our lifetime. He earned so much Bitcoin that when his daughter got married, he gave his daughter 400 Bitcoin for her wedding gift. I wish not only was he my friend, I wish he was my father-in-law, but that's not going to happen. So anyway, let's look at some of the things that Mikhail's done here with Punk Panda. He's earned 300,000 PPM for rewards. That's just for sharing the Panda app. His team has now grown over to 200,000. And that's only in the first 12 levels. Imagine how big it is on the 13, 15. So he's probably responsible for somewhere between 25 to 35% of the overall Panda growth. And all of this just from introducing, in a 1 year period. And this is what I tell everybody. Just look at it. If you go out and introduce just 5 to 10 people every single month, the multiplication that you can grow out of that. Because what are you asking people to do? Just download a free app. If they like it, they keep using it. But meanwhile, they're going to be earning rewards. All this from 177 people in about 16 months. So that's just averaging like 10 a month. So without further ado, let's hear from Mikhail. Thank you, Mikhail. Thank you for doing this.
Excuse me. Thank you, Albert. Thank you very much. I'm touched. Thank you. Thank you. It's, first of all, I want to thank you, Albert. I want to thank Marcus. And I want to thank Ronya. Ronya, I never met you, but I'm watching what you write and say in the group. Man, you have so much patience. My head go down to you because I probably would already, say something not nice to some people. You have so much patience, man. I learned so much from you. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for giving me that opportunity and to talk today. Well, let me just tell you a little bit about me. I came from former Soviet Union. I came to America in 1980. And actually in August of 1980, that's when I joined network marketing arena. Even though I was in the jewelry business for many years, I'm a salesman. And excuse me, I used to own 2 jewelry stores in Philadelphia, but all this time on the side, I was working in a network marketing arena. In one day when I started making more money than I was making in my businesses, I sold my business and I just work full time and I never look back. I built huge organization, actually one of the biggest organization I ever built. It was from 100,000 people in 6 months up to 424,000. That was the largest thing I ever accomplished. And a lot of people, a lot of friends of mine who've been working with me, excuse me, friends who always following me, is always ask me one question: Mikhail, what the hell are you doing? What is your secret? How can you, some people cannot can make $25,000 a month. Other ones cannot even make $25,000 a year. And you've been bringing so many people and you're making much more than that. Please, please tell me your secret. And today, guys, I will share the secret. It's actually so simple. And that's one of the reasons most people never pay attention. I'm gonna walk you through exactly how it's done, not what somebody else taught me or I read somewhere. Of course, people was teaching me how to do that. And you see, I have no paper. I'm telling you everything from my heart, exactly what I did, how I did it, and why it works. Guys, if you listen to me today, I promise you, your business will go on another level. The only thing I'm gonna ask you, please open up your mind, because mine is like a parachute. If you jump from a plane and your parachute not gonna open, well, guess what? You're good as dead. If your mind is closed, this is a suicide. Pretty much, in my opinion, you're dead, because no matter what anybody else tell you ever, you're not gonna pay attention. So please just give me like maybe 20, maybe 30 minutes and listen to me careful and open up your mind. And I promise you'll succeed. I'm gonna start with a story happened to me many, many years ago. Excuse me, in the network marketing, I was in this company with a health product, and friend, and I was trying to do, I like the product very much, I like the concept, and I've been talking to so many people, and I'm not afraid to talk to anybody, because like I said, I am a salesman. I know how to sell myself, and everybody I've been talking to, nobody been listening to me. And then I remember I have a friend, well, we're still very good friends, and he's very successful. Even today, he makes, ton of money every month, every year. He just ridiculous wealthy. And we are good friends. Excuse me. And I thought, if I'm gonna tell him about this opportunity, he gonna agree right away and he will change my life. And I remember I called him on the phone, and we met, and I gave them, in my opinion, it was a very, very good presentation. So he listened to me careful, and after that he said, Mikhail, thank you very much, but this is not something I want to do. And then I think if you need to open up another business, if you have a challenges, tell me, I'll give you the money. He has actually offered me the money to do something else, and I felt so bad, because I was like 99% sure he gonna like what I do. Well, to make a story short, the same week, back in the day, we didn't have a computer, we didn't have internet, so we always, like once every Saturday, we all meet distributors in our area and just talk about, what did we do, how many people did we talk, just talk about sharing the experience. And I remember I went to the office, and one of my sponsors asked me, so Mikhail, how are you doing? Did you talk to anybody? And I was so embarrassed, because I did talk to my best friend, and he was so negative about the business. And I told him. And my sponsor listened to me very careful. And then he told me, Mikhail, you're saying your friend is so successful. Excuse my French, why the hell did you try to bring him in a business? And I was shocked for a moment, because everybody always say, don't be afraid to talk to successful people. And that's exactly what I did. And then about 5 seconds later, my sponsor says, and I quote, Mikhail, if he's so successful, why don't you ask his opinion? This has shocked me. Why? Because I heard the presentations and trainings about inviting people and do invitation based on opinion, but I never really thought about it. And suddenly it's hit me over my thick skull. So I came home. I think it took me maybe 1, maybe 2 weeks. And I called my friend. Excuse me, I called him again. And this is what I said. I tell him, listen, we had a conversation another day, and I was talking to you about business opportunity. And actually, I thought it's a very good business opportunity for me. And finally, I'm going to make good money. But after hearing what you told me, now I have second thoughts. So can you please do me a favor? Come with me to the presentation and listen to the expert, and just tell me or give me honest opinion if you think this is a good business for me, if I finally gonna make money. And he told me right out, Mikhail, no problem. So I just actually invite him to the business presentation, but I just ask his opinion. And I'll get back to that. So I think it was Thursdays, because every Thursdays day, once a week, we would rent a place and we just invite people for presentation. And I brought them in. It was one of the young kids who was doing the presentation, somebody who didn't know more or less than me, because those days we did presentations every Thursday, somebody else. We always change turns. But I introduced him to my friend as an expert. I mean, he never saw him before. So, the guy did the presentation. It was about maybe 20 minutes, and 20 minutes later, when he finished the presentation, I was already shaking. I was scared because I just realized he did exactly the same presentation like I did, and we best friends, and he told me no. He's probably gonna say, why are you wasting my time? But friend of mine, look at me, and this is what he said, and I quote, he said, wow, Mikhail, I think you stumble on something good. You know what? I'll join you. I like this opportunity. I mean, I didn't know what to do. I was so happy. I wanted to clap. I wanted to jump. I wanted to smile. I wanted to cry. I was so freaking happy, and I could not understand what just happened, because this is my best friend, and I gave him the information, and he tells me no. And then he comes and listens, complete stranger, and he said yes. And he didn't say just yes. He joined my business. I remember that day. I mean, when I walk home, I wasn't walking. I was jumping. I was so happy. And then next Saturday, I went to our meeting, and we were discussing, and we were analyzing, and I was analyzing myself over and over again. What just happened? But this is what happened, guys. Please listen to me careful, because I don't want you to remember what I said. I want you to understand. And I promise, if you do the same, and I walk you step by step, your business gonna explode. In 1 year, I built an organization in Panda. I have exactly today 200,768 people, and I only sponsor 177 people on my front line. And the reason it's explode like that, and I think I probably have around below my 12 levels, I mean, I have about maybe 500,000 already. And the only reason I did that, because all the people who come on board with me, because it is my responsibility to teach them and to train them. And I tell them exactly the same thing I'm telling you today. Unfortunately, not everybody listens, but some people do. And that's why my business exploded. I actually have one distributor on my front line on his 12 levels, because his 12th level, it's my 13th level. It's already out of my structure. This guy has today, I wrote it down, 224,134 people. This is a distributor I sponsor, and he already has more people than me. How do you like that? It means any of you can build a huge organization. And let me tell you guys, the best Panda is yet to come. And the biggest earner in our company did not sign up yet. And he or she may be in your group if you do it the right way. So anyway, I started analyzing, and this is what I realized. All of us know people. We all have a circle of influence. Some of us know more people. Some of them have less people. Some people get their friends, respect them more. Some respect them less. And that's okay. But when you talk to people and you're trying to invite them to the business opportunity, the reason it's usually very hard and they're not listening to you, because when you talk to them, number one, they're on another channel. What it means, if you're listening a radio on channel 1, something is going on channel 2, but you're not listening, you didn't hear it, right? So when you're talking to people, they may be on a different channel because they're not taking you seriously. Like this is what happened between me and my friend. When I was talking to him, he knows me as a jewelry man, as a diamond expert. excuse me, if I've been talking to him about diamonds, he would pay attention. But I was trying to teach him how to make money. This guy at that time was making a month more than I was making a year. And I'm teaching him how to make money. Of course, he didn't take me seriously. I mean, he was listening to me, but everything went in one ear and came up in another one because he did not listen to me, because he was not taking me seriously. But when I asked for his opinion, now it's no pressure. I'm not trying to recruit him in any business. The only thing I was trying to do, I was trying to ask him to do me a favor, to hear the information so he can give me an honest opinion if this is business good for me, if I will make money. So it was not about him, it was about me. Of course, he says yes. Now, guys, let me tell you this. After that, everybody I talk to, I mean, everybody I know, because you can only ask an opinion for people you know. So everybody I know, my friends, my relative, everybody, I ask to give me an opinion. Guess what? None of them said no. None of them said no. I mean, not everybody joined. I understand, you know, it's a number game. We have in our hands information. Everybody needs it. They just don't know it yet. So our responsibility to put this information in the front as many people. And when I talk to my people, you know what, when I talk to people today, I don't care if they say no or yes. I don't care. Because now I already understand the game. It's number game. So the more people receive information from me, the more people, the percentage of my success will go up. So it's all about me. If I don't talk, ain't nothing gonna happen. I'm gonna demonstrate how it's done exactly so you understand. Excuse me. For example, me and Ronya, we're friends. We may not know each other for a long time, but we met, you know, we have some kind of relationship, because remember, guys, our business built on relationship. So we have some kind of relationship between me and Ronya, and I call Ronya. Hey, Ronya, hi, how are you? This is Mikhail. How are you doing? Good, great. Ronya, do you have a moment? Always ask somebody if they have a minute of your time, free time, because if they're at work, if they have a birthday party or some kind of event, stop. Call them another day. Even if Ronya would say, no, Mikhail, I'm working, but I have a minute, I would tell him, Ronya, don't worry about it. I call you next time. Have a great day, and I'm going to hang up. I'm not even going to hear what he has to say. You want to make sure at the end, people understand they need you more than you need them. They will listen to you more, and they will respect you more. It happened to me. It's going to happen to you. So if Ronya said he has time, great. Ronya, listen, you know, can you please do me a favor? Excuse me. I just was invited to the business opportunity. And this is look like a great opportunity for me. I think finally I'm going to make some money. Ronya, I know you are a very successful man. You have a very good life experience. Can you please do me a favor, check this out and give me honest opinion if this is good for me or not? Am I going to make some money? And then I'm going to zip it. I'm not going to say a word until I hear what Ronnie has to say. Because if you're going to keep talking, you're going to just blow your invitation. So it's very important. After I finish talking, I stop until Ronya gives me an answer. And if this is your friend, people you know, they're not going to say no. Why? You're asking for their opinion. You just compliment them. You got to make sure you're going to give them a compliment, because everybody likes compliments. Excuse me, including me. And it doesn't matter if he or she successful or not. It's irrelevant. We all have life experience. So in a way, if you're walking 6 feet above the ground, we are successful. So you can always tell that people. I'm gonna demonstrate again. Hey, Mark, this is Mikhail. How are you? Do you have time? Great. Mark, can you please do me a favor? Somebody just introduced me to the great business opportunity. And I think this is a great opportunity for me. I think finally I'm gonna make money. Mark, I know you. I know you're very successful. You did very well for yourself. Can you please do me a favor and give me your opinion? It's very important to me. So you can tell me if this is really good business for me, if I'm gonna make some money. And I close my mouth and I wait what Mark gonna say. This is it, guys. This is the success. About 10 years ago, I joined this opportunity and I start doing presentations and trainings with people once every week. And today with Panda, I do present trainings for my group, Russian speaking group. I do every Sunday, 1800, it's like 6 p.m. Eastern time. I do trainings every Sunday. And we always talk about it. So about 10 years ago, when I joined this company, and I don't want to mention the name, that's exactly what I started doing with everybody and teaching them how important. So when they join, the first day they join, that week, I had a training for them. Well, in 6 months, in my organization altogether, we sponsored 160,000 people in 6 months. We made a ton of money. I remember one young man called me from Moscow, from Russia. He was about 25 years old. He was crying. I said, what happened? He said, I just received my check, my first check. It's 15,000 USA dollars. I never saw this kind of money in my life. I never made more than $1,000 a month. This is what happens when you start building the business. Now, I want to make sure you understand, guys, you have to build, this is a rule of thumb, you must build your business for at least 3 years. If you came here because you're thinking you're going to make $1 million tomorrow, hey, you are in the wrong spot, you're in the wrong place, you're wasting your time, you need to go to the store and buy a lottery ticket and hope you're going to win money. Business you must build. When I had in my traditional business, I had 2 jewelry stores in Philadelphia, and I had a medical billing and medical equipment company in New York, and I did well. I built those businesses. It took me about 3 years. So this is rule of thumb. If you wanna make a lot of money, you build your business for at least 3 years. I promise you, if you're gonna do what I'm telling you to do today, in 3 years, you're gonna make more money than you ever saw in your life. And you only need to work 5 hours a day, a week, 5, maybe 10 hours a week. You don't have to work so much, but you have to work it. I mean, this is the most important. So this is what you have to do. Let's say today is your first day in the business. So tomorrow, well, somebody today, for somebody it's morning, for me it's already night. Take a pen and a piece of paper and start making your list. Write everybody you know, name and a phone number. Your friends, yes, your relatives, don't be shy. It's gonna work. You're not gonna believe it how it's gonna work. Put everybody on a list. Don't prejudge, just write everybody down. Then you wanna make sure you believe in yourself. Because if you don't, you're wasting everybody's time. If you don't believe in yourself, why should I believe in you? You must believe in yourself because you can. Did you hear me? Yes, you can. You are a superstar, in my opinion. You just have to, somebody gotta kick you on the butt so you start doing what you're supposed to do. When you believe in yourself, you must believe in a concept, Panda application, Panda. You must believe in a company. You must understand this is it. This is a golden goose. I promise you, very soon in our future, but soon, people gonna be showing fingers at you and they're gonna say, of course he is doing well because he was lucky. He joined Panda in the beginning. This is the beginning. Of course, people don't understand how many difficulties we're going through in the beginning, but that's okay. Everybody went. You take WhatsApp, Telegram, Skype, Facebook, Zoom. They all had problems in the first 2 to 4 years in the beginning. We only been in the business day a year. Like I said, best Panda yet to come. But right now is the most important time for all of us to build our foundation because the masses will come when everything works great. But if it's going to be in your group or somebody else, it's up to you. So after you already believe in yourself and you believe in your product and you already build the list, by the way, I'm in the business for so many years and with Panda, I have over 200,000 distributors and I'm still building my list. Every day, I spend a little bit of time to meet people on internet. Excuse me, guys, internet is a great tool. This tool allows us to meet people and build relationship. Sometimes people meet me, and as soon as they ask me if I can accept them as a friend, they ask me about the opportunity to join. I never listen to them because this is ridiculous. Never ask somebody for an opinion until you have a relationship. You gotta meet those people first. You gotta remember that. That's why you have to work in your warm market, which means people you know in the beginning. And everybody know people. If somebody tells me he or she doesn't know anybody, then I'm gonna think something wrong with those people. Because we all know people. We're just afraid to open up your mouth. So this way, to ask somebody's opinion, you're not gonna have a problem anymore. So I'm gonna demonstrate one more time. You made a list of people you know, and you call them. Excuse me. Hey, Derek, this is Mikhail. How are you? Great. You have a moment? Great. Derek, I need your help. Somebody just introduced me to the great business opportunity. I think it's a great opportunity for me. I think finally I found something and I'm gonna be able to make money. But I know, Derek, you are a very great guy. You're very successful. You did very well for yourself. Can you please do me a favor? Check this out and give me your honest opinion if this is business good for me or not. Am I going to make money? And I close my mouth. This is the presentation. And you all may say it in your own words. You don't have to copy me step by step. You can do it in your own words. But the most important, you ask for an opinion. Make sure you're gonna compliment those people who you're asking for an opinion. And don't be afraid to ask him, can you do me a favor? It's nothing wrong. People like help each other, but never invite them to the business opportunity by just telling them how great your business is. They ain't gonna listen to you. Unless if they already know you made $1 million and you're very successful. This is how you do it. That's what exactly I did. Now, before I finished, one more thing I want to add. People asking me, but how you meet people for example, I do travel a lot. I go to the gym at least twice, sometimes 3 times a week. And people ask me questions. And, in a communication, I cannot say when somebody asks me the question, I ask him the same thing. So what do you do? I'm just curious and listen whatever they have to say. But when I ask people a question, what do you do? And I'm talking about cold market. They're gonna ask me the same thing. So Mikhail, what do you do? Very often people in my gym, because in the gym, when I go to work out, I usually go around 12 o'clock. And this is when most people work. And they say, man, you're always here, you don't work? Well, I mean, I'm doing something for a living. I said, what do you do? I'm making money. No, but really, what do you do? That's exactly what I said, I'm making money. Yeah, but can you tell me more? Well, I'm gonna ask you a question. I always ask a question because they're gonna have to give me an answer. Excuse me. If you knew I have information which can help you working only 5 hours a week without jeopardizing whatever you're doing already, and in 1 to 3 years, you can build a business, you're gonna make $50,000 a month or more. Would you like to know about it? And then I close my mouth. So guess what? Do you think somebody gonna say no? Of course they say yes. And I give them information. And I'll tell you how I do that in both cases. The only thing is when I'm talking to the cold market, but it's usually, I'm not looking for any cold market myself. I always build relationships first. That's the opinion is the most important. But like I said, when I travel and I'm sitting in a plane and somebody's sitting next to me, I will start the conversation about, hey, how are you? Are you going for a vacation or are you going for a business pleasure? It's nothing wrong. What do you do? May I ask? It's nothing wrong because they're gonna ask you the same thing. That's exactly what I'm looking for. Even when I'm at the party, if somebody gonna ask me in a conversation, so Mikhail, what do you do? I'll tell them, well, I'll make money. And then I close my mouth, I'm not keep talking. Sometimes I even gonna try to walk away from those people. You know, when you cut them off, when you show them they need you more than you need them, well, they're gonna follow you any place. It happened to me when people follow me to the bathroom and they were waiting for me outside to get out and they say, so Mikhail, please tell me, what do you do? I'm making money. And then if they ask me again, then I'm gonna tell them, well, let me ask you a question. And that was the question. Now, the number, how much money is they gonna make a year, a month, it all depends who I'm talking to. If I see I'm talking to the average person who maybe make maybe $2,000 a month, I will never tell him he's gonna make a 50 grand because he's gonna think I'm crazy. So if I'm talking to somebody, I think he may make a couple $1,000s a month. I'm not trying to prejudge, but sometimes you can feel it. Excuse me, then I say, hey, Brian, so let me ask you, if you knew I have information which working 5 hours a day without jeopardizing what you're doing already, maybe in 1, maybe in 3 years, you can build a business, you're gonna make $10,000 a month. Would you like to know about it? And then I close my mouth. They have to say something to you. But this is how you build a business. Now, when you asking, I'm coming back to opinion, when you asking somebody's opinion and now they're ready to hear the information, never do presentation yourself. It's very important. Never do that. I'll explain to you why. Go on YouTube, and it's a lot of presentations over there. Find somebody else's presentation. Find a presentation you like more. Download on your computer or put it on your YouTube. And then when you're talking to somebody and they say they're ready to listen, do not try to do it the same day. Usually don't. Make an appointment with them and tell them it takes about maybe 20 minutes. Excuse me. Tell them what is the good day for you, Wednesday, Thursday, 4 o'clock, 8 o'clock. Give them a couple days to choose. And then tell them you're gonna call them, let's say on Skype or on Telegram, and you're gonna open up a screen. We wanna make sure they watch that presentation while they are with you on a computer. For 2 reasons. Reason number 1, because when you're there, they will watch it. Reason number 2, when you're watching presentation over and over and over again, one day you're going to be the best presenter yourself. So you're actually learning. That's how you do it. The reason you ask for somebody else's presentation, because most people, excuse me, most people don't join business not because they don't want to do that. They're afraid because they don't know and nobody gonna help them. Now, when you do that, the way you do that, they'll see, they think, well, I mean, Brian did this presentation by somebody else. I can do the same. Plus, when they've been gonna be listening for an opinion, they're gonna listen very carefully. You know what it means? They're gonna start getting the right impulses inside their subconscious. They're gonna think, oh man, I think Brian stumbled on something good. I think I should do it also. I should get involved. That's how people join. And when somebody, a cold market, when you ask them the question and they're gonna say yes, you do exactly the same thing. Exactly the same way. When somebody, no matter where I am, they can ask me to do presentation, I will never do it right there. I can ask for their telephone number, or if they have Telegram or a Skype, and I never give them my number. I always take their number, because if I'm gonna give them my number, you know, life gets in the way, they'll forget, they will never call you. But I'm gonna call you for sure. This is my business. I am very serious about my business. Somebody comes on board with me, they don't want to learn, get away. I have no time to waste. But that's how you do it, guys. And you know what the most important? When people join your business the right way, guess what they're gonna do? They're gonna do exactly the same thing. Sometimes I watch our English-speaking group, and people come on board and they say, you know, I just joined, what do I need to do? How I do collect PPM, how I do this, how I do that. They know nothing. You know, Ronya is doing a great job, but it's not his responsibility. This is the responsibility of people who sign them up. But people sign people in and they throw them in the group because they want somebody else build their business. Hey guys, ain't gonna happen. You're just wasting your time. And nobody needs that. Let me tell you, Ronya is a great guy and he helps you, and there's a couple more leaders in that group helps you. Tomorrow business gonna explode, and Ronya gonna have 1 million people in his group. Do you think he's gonna have time to answer your questions? Of course not. Guys, remember, if you sign somebody in a business, it's your freaking, excuse my French, it's your obligation. It's your responsibility to help those people in the beginning. If I sign up somebody in the business today, and if I have them with them conversation, tomorrow they'll know exactly what needs to be done. I'm still gonna do trainings, but I'm gonna explain to them. They have to go in the back office, and they're gonna have to on the application, and once every 24 hours punch the mining button. They have to spread the word. They have to recruit people, because your number of PPM gonna depend how many people and how much time you spending with your application. Because if you're not gonna do nothing, you're not gonna make nothing. When I put my number today in the English-speaking group, people was asking, how come you have so much tokens? Well, you don't want to know what I would like to tell this man. Not something very nice. Because this is your business. This is your responsibility. Most people who I see in the groups, they have no freaking idea what needs to be done. This is guys on you. Those people who sponsor them. You want your business grow, you build it. And I'll tell you one thing. In our business, in the beginning, you work very hard. You may not make much, but in the future, you're not gonna work at all, and you're gonna make a lot of money. Guys, what I am doing right now in Panda, that's exactly what I did almost 9 years ago when I started working with Bitcoin. and was one of my biggest mistake. I've been selling them too much. I sold them when they said when it was they were $1,000. I sold them when they were $2,000. I sold them when they were $3,000. I sold a lot of Bitcoins. The last Bitcoin I ever sold when it was $18,000, and then I stopped. I realized, oh my God, what the hell am I doing? That's exactly what's going to happen to those people who are asking questions. How can I sell my PPM? I have 10 PPM. 10 PPM, it's nothing. Why do you want to sell it? Is it going to change your life, financial lifestyle? Of course not. Keep him. This is a golden goose. This is a gold mine. This is going to explode. Remember my words. Everybody who sold PPM today, tomorrow, you're going to be biting your elbows. This is a Russian expression because you can't reach it. It's going to explode. It's going to be $2. It's going to be $10. It's going to be $50. It's coming. Thank you. I only hope you listen what I said. And guys, thank you for an opportunity to speak before all of you. Remember, guys, this is not about me. This is not about you. It's about all of us. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Wow, Mikhail, what a fantastic job. You know, I've heard your story actually twice before, and it never gets old. It's just, I just imagine you shaking in the front seat of that presentation with your best friend sitting there, and you're thinking, well, he's just given him the same presentation that I gave him. But it's really amazing how people receive information differently from different people and how they're perceiving that person. So thanks so much, Mikhail, for sharing this. We've got it recorded. We'll put it on the YouTube channel. Everybody will have access to it. And in fact, this will be a great recording for all of you, everybody in the Punk Panda community, to share with new people that bring themselves or come onto your Punk Panda or your PandaPals team, and they're asking, you know, what do I do? How do I invite people to look at, you know, Panda app and what we have to offer? So this will be a great tool people can use going forward. Thanks everybody for joining us. Congratulations to the MEM contest winners. And we're going to have a corporate update most likely around this time next week. But once we have the exact details, we'll push them out to you so you can join us for some exciting news. Thanks everyone. Have a great day. Have a great evening. And have a great weekend.
Thanks, Mikhail. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.